The great colonial empires. The first colonial empires were created during the 16th century by Portuguese and Spanish. But by the end of the 19th century, these countries lost completely their influence. Now the important countries were Britain, France, United States, Russia, Germany, and Japan. The most important and largest power in the earth was the British Empire. British colonies were distributed all over the world, and the main one was India. The great distance between the British Islands and India was solved with plenty of other territories colonized along the route. In this way, Britain took control of the Suez Canal and other key locations to secure the shortest route to India. Britain also had possessions along the coast of Africa and islands of the Atlantic Ocean to secure an alternative route surrounding Africa. Due to the intention of linking colonies from North and South of Africa, Britain came into a conflict with France. It was called the Fashoda Incident. By 1898, France wanted to extend its empire east to west, from the Niger River in West Africa to the Nile in East Africa, in order to control all trade. And Britain wanted to link its territory north to south, from present-day Cape Town, South Africa, to Cairo, Egypt, in order to establish a railroad over the entire length of the African continent. These two imperial powers' ambitions intersected in the city of Fashoda. Both countries understood whoever controls Fashoda controls the entire African continent. Seeing no advantage in a colonial war with Britain, the French ultimately decided to withdraw its soldiers from Fashoda on 3rd November 1898. France and Britain agreed that the watershed of the Nile and the Congo, respectively, should mark the boundaries between their spheres of influence. Along with possessions in Asia and Africa, Britain also controlled Canada in America and much of Oceania. France created the second largest empire in the world. France conquered Algeria and Tunisia, created a protectorate in Morocco, and conquered territories in Central and Western Africa and Asia, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Other countries created colonies in Africa. Germany, Italy, and Belgium created also colonies in Africa, and Russia expanded its border to the east, conquering Siberia. After the Spanish-United States War in 1898, the United States acquired the Spanish territories in Asia, the Philippines, and in America, Puerto Rico and Cuba. Although the United States did not conquer military Central and South America, actually they established an economic domination. This economic domination was called the Monroe's Doctrine, after the President of the United States in 1823, James Monroe. Monroe's Doctrine stated, "Further efforts by European nations to take control of any independent state in North or South America would be viewed as the manifestation of an unfriendly disposition toward the United States of America." It means America for the Americans, for the North Americans, actually. Japan was an overpopulated country that needed raw materials and resources from abroad, and that led to a conflict with its closest neighbors, Russia and China. Japan conquered the islands of Formosa, nowadays Taiwan, and the Chinese region of Manchuria. Colonial expansion meant conflicts between colonial powers. To solve these conflicts, the great colonial powers met at the Berlin Conference, 1884-1885. At this meeting, the colonial powers came into an agreement and divided up the entire African continent.